Hi, kids, young and old. I'm Joni Wilson, and I'm coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, with the Dog Rescuers Kids Book Series and songs that I wrote. And we are doing this nightly as a storytelling time, just to have some fun with the kids right now, especially since a lot of us are stuck at home. So I wanted to just show you we are in book two. There is book one, and we've already gone through book one, all of the chapters. There's about 6 different videos that you can watch. They're about 15 minutes long on my Facebook page under Joni Wilson, or you can go on the Facebook page, The Dog Rescuers Online, and you can do catch up. We're on book 2. We're already up to chapter 8, and that's what we're doing tonight. But before we get started, I want to get a little recap going. We've been doing this just to have some fun together. So, I mean, you can't beat stories about cats and dogs, right? And you can't beat the fact that you have the love of a great dog. Everything makes you feel like a kid again. So I don't care what age you are. I'm getting messages from people from all over the world, from anywhere from Great Britain and Ireland and Scotland, Canada, Mexico, Venezuela, Brazil, France, Germany, and of course, all across the United States saying, I'm loving this. So I'm glad that you're joining us. Typically, the books are a good read for kids that are more 6 to age 9 or 10. But by doing storytelling time, I'm finding kids as young as 4 are really getting into it. So that's why if you hear bigger words, it's because it's actually written as a chapter book for kids a little bit older. But hey, I love the fact that little kids are joining in and they're loving this storytelling time. So I want to catch up though, because a lot has happened. We are now in Abby's yard, of course, with Kiddo, the dog that pretends he needs rescuing. And by getting rescued by a kid like Abby, he then makes Abby's yard the launch site for his master plan, which is to find masters for himself and all of his buddies in the area that need some new masters because they're lost and confused, they're sad and abused, and they too need to be rescued. So in the meantime, he is actually with Abby training her to be a dog rescuer. Now, she's kind of gotten her next door neighbor Luke involved too, so the two of them are becoming dog rescuers without knowing it. All they know is that they're just helping these dogs out. But really, Kiddo has placed all of them in a position to become dog rescuers. So that's where we're at. We have Kiddo. We have Zeus, the Great Pyrenees. We have Kiddo and Zeus have become pals, and they are kind of in this together now. They're working on this Plan B mode of operation, get masters together. Then Romeo shows up, the farting, trash-eating, bulldog who just needs a good diet and exercise plan. And by getting a good diet and exercise plan, he learns how to ride a bike and he goes viral all across the freaking United States. Oh my goodness. They're like, wow, he's amazing on this bike. And yep, that's what's happened. And so in the meantime, while he's practicing, there is this cat that keeps just annoying the dogs, but the cat is really smart, okay? He doesn't really like to label himself. He doesn't join anybody's club. He's just a freewheeling sort of free spirit cat that, hey, I'm going to hang out with these dogs for a while because while they're busy rescuing each other and rescuing humans, I'm here to rescue them because they need some help. So the cat's name is Snowflake, and Snowflake, of course, has been holding Romeo accountable to his diet and exercise plan, and it's working beautifully. Next, the dog that shows up is Chanel. Chanel is this beautiful dog that they're not sure she's even a dog. She's got a pearl collar. Does she even need rescuing? Now, Snowflake the cat is kind of onto her. He's not so sure she's telling the truth. So he goes to Kiddo and says to Kiddo, look, I think you better watch Chanel a little closer. I don't know if she's totally telling the truth. And Kiddo, of course, can't stand cats. So he's like half listening. But what he wonders about is why is this beautiful dog, who now Zeus has a big old crush on, and he's thinking, why is this beautiful dog, or is she a fox? Who knows? Why is this beautiful dog coming from nowhere and telling us all these fantastic stories, but yet she's starving. like a dog that needs to be rescued. I mean, does it make sense? She's been all over the world, so she says, with Francois the monkey in her own trapeze act. She's seen the Queen of England. She has been to the pyramids in Paris, France, and she's seen Big Ben in England. I mean, she has traveled all over. Why does she need to be rescued? Well, she even opens up her mouth and speaks French. She's like, look, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I don't need to be rescued. I'm just a dog that's waiting for the next circus to pass through. Well, Kiddo and Snowflake the cat kind of pull it out of her one night, and she fesses up. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I've been telling fibs. I'm so sorry. I've been lying. I'm not French. I'm just a regular discarded lapdog from Peoria, Illinois. So all this time she's been making up that she is something grandiose. And the other dogs, especially Zeus, is saying, darling, you're beautiful just the way you are. You do not ever have to make up who you are. You have to just own it. You just have to be who you are and feel comfortable in your own skin and love yourself and everybody and know that everybody loves you. And so they have hugged her and they've made her feel beautiful again. And at the end, I've got a new song for you to hear, okay? So, and it is Chanel's song. So when we're finished, I'll let you hear it, okay? So where are we now? Well, Chanel's got to try to find herself. So what does she do? She gets down on her knees and she prays. And we're at chapter 8, The Poddlers, it's called. As time went by, everyone not only showed Chanel love, but they also nicknamed her Pretty Girl, just like my pretty girl Roxy. I call Roxy Roo Pretty Girl every night. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have Mojo Wilson with us tonight. He hasn't been feeling so great because of his knee, but he's doing well now, and he's zonked out, and he's really tired, and so is Roxy, because it is bedtime, and we had a big storm here, so that kind of stressed them out a little bit, and they are just sleeping like you guys are getting ready to go to bed, just like these puppies, right? Right, Roxy Roo? Say hi, kids. I'm going to bed. So she basically says, nicknamed her Pretty Girl. She told Sue she had never felt so loved, as he kept encouraging her. You can do anything you put your mind to. You bring about what you think about. Chanel took those words to heart. Every night before bed, she prayed for guidance on what to do next in her life. She made sure nothing but positive thoughts entered into her head and dreamed of big things for herself. If I believe it enough, maybe I can become a circus act after all. Later that week, on a sunny Saturday, the moment arrived. Abby and Luke sat on Abby's front porch with their parents and their neighbors drinking lemonade. Just a great Saturday. Their parents had become best friends, just like Abby and Luke. And they, collectively, helped take care of the random dogs that kept showing up in Abby's yard. None of them figured out that Kiddo had a secret master plan, which was to find new masters. They also hadn't figured out yet that Abby and Luke were now full-fledged dog rescuers. It was also completely planned by Kiddo. They thought it was just a coincidence that dogs just kept showing up, and the dogs got a big snicker out of it because the dogs are in cahoots with each other, right? They're communicating. The people don't know dogs know how to communicate with each other. They all loved to get together and watch Romeo practice riding a bike. One evening, out of the blue, Chanel ran alongside the moving bike, and in one jump, she found herself on Romeo's shoulders as he pedaled. It was amazing. They're all on Abby's porch, the neighbors, Luke's parents too, and they're watching Romeo pedal a bike. And they're encouraging him because this is pretty cool. A bulldog riding a bike. Not too shabby, right? Now, Chanel's jumped up onto his shoulders. Abby's dad jumped up and down with excitement like a little kid and said, "Yowza, did you see that? This one is a circus dog," he said as he pointed at Chanel. Chanel had been dreaming of doing this trick in her mind, and there it was, coming to real life before everyone's eyes. Romeo was thrilled to be the catalyst of her newfound talents. Over time, they perfected their act. She was a circus dog after all, with a bright future, and Romeo and Chanel practiced in the cul-de-sac of Abbey Street day and night and perfected a routine that they called the Poddlers, their new circus act. Chapter 9, Hollywood, Here We Come. As news got out on the street that the famous bulldog and circus partner went viral, things got wild. They became the hottest thing on the daytime television circuit. But the real highlight of their newfound circus career came when they were invited on a plane to Hollywood to be featured on a TV show about animals with talent. "Yowza! We're going to Hollywood in Los Angeles, California!" Abby screamed out with excitement. Kiddo, in his own way, had manipulated Abby to negotiate for Romeo to bring all of his dog rescuing friends. Abby took it a little too far when she insisted Snowflake the cat come along as well, much to Kiddo's dismay. "Hollywood, here we come," Kiddo announced as the whole gang prepared for a big cross-country trip. On the plane, the dogs, Abby, Luke, and one nervous cat all sat with wonder while looking out the windows. Chanel tried to calm Snowflake by petting him, but Snowflake the cat remained a busybody on the flight. He meandered through the plane's cabin. Here they are, all on the plane, headed to what they call Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. You could see in the window every single character looking out. As Kiddo got in a good nap, he awoke to Snowflake sitting right next to him with a look of panic on his face. "Holy mouse, you look terrible," said Snowflake. "Well, thanks a lot. You look like a cat yourself," Kiddo insulted back. "And why on earth are you sitting so close to me and staring at me, cat?" "Now, you don't understand. Your face is huge, huge, my friend," screamed Snowflake. "This is usually quite controlled, but he's not in control now." It got the attention of Luke and Abby for sure. They all jumped out of their seats to witness Kiddo's extremely puffy face, scratching himself profusely. Luke grabbed an allergy pill and forced it down Kiddo's throat. "What are you doing, Luke?" asked Abby nervously. See, he's obviously got an allergy to something. He's puffed up. He's obviously a puffy puppy. Allergies, quite common these days, said Luke, but must have been the peanuts they gave out. Luke continued, "I learned this from my dad, the veterinarian. A quick pill can stop the reaction." "No, I'm not allergic to peanuts. It is this CAT. I'm sure of it," Kiddo barked out with his mind to the other dogs. Within minutes, the allergic reaction calmed down. Luke and Abby rescued Kiddo. "Woohoo!" all the dogs barked out. "You see, rescuing goes both ways," said Kiddo, who was relieved. All Abby and Luke heard on their end was barking and thought the dogs were communicating to them in some form. "I think they're thanking you, Luke. If they could only talk and really communicate, that's what they would be saying. Thank you," said Abby. "If they only knew," said Kiddo with a smile to the pack. Well, this is where we're going to end tonight, and then we'll finish this chapter 9 tomorrow night, okay? And I wanted to just share with you the song. Come here, Roxy. Say hi to the kids really quick before you fall asleep. Oh, there she is. Want to play a song? This song was inspired that so many of us sometimes think that we have to tell fibs to make people think that we're something that we're not. Sometimes, we have to exaggerate to make people think we're smart or pretty or fast or can do a science project or whatever it is, but we don't. We just have to be ourselves at all times because no matter what, we are absolutely beautiful. And so I wrote this song called Beautiful to Me, and it's perfect for Chanel. She didn't have to exaggerate who she was. She is a pretty girl no matter what. And that's if it'll play. In the meantime, we're having some issues because we had a storm here tonight in Nashville. So I'm having some issues. So in the meantime, I think what I'll do, there. I want you to see some pictures of Zeus and my other dogs who are all beautiful.
You're holding up the wall, counting all your sins.
There's Zeusy.
Like you're outside an inch. Beautiful to me.
Big dog. Here was an old dog named Norman. I'm so glad you're sending me pictures of your pets. Norman's 18.
You can't drag me down to it. I love you from a place that
Samuel Pennington.
I'm not blind, 'cause I believe what you are.
What I see when you're beautiful.
You're beautiful to me, and you know you just can't hide it. Beautiful to me. No, I'm not stupid or misguided or naive to me, and I don't love just anybody, baby. So stop, don't talk, just be beautiful to me. Living in class.
That's the real Zeus, by the way. And if you like the songs and you want to learn more about the dogs that inspired the characters, go on www.thedogrescuers.net. And I want to let you know we also have pages there that you can print off and you can color. There's the Paw Club that you can join, and you can learn about different dog breeds and things like that. So it's kind of a fun little place to go. I'll see you back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central because we have to finish this chapter. We probably have about 3 more nights to go when we finish both books, and then I'll start to replay these so that you can catch up. In the meantime, if you want to catch up with the books, go to the Facebook page, the Dog Rescuers Facebook page, okay? And it's all right there. And from Mojo, who is just kind of sound asleep now. There he is. And me, Joni Wilson, and Roxy Rue, who's also sound asleep. Wow, Roxy. Mwah. Good night, guys. And remember, we're making the world better one dog at a time. And make sure you go to bed good for your parents. Wash your hands really good. Sing happy birthday twice when you wash them. Everything is going to be just fine. And peace.